Good morning everybody, welcome back to my channel. Belinda here from Visualised NZ. It has been a few weeks since I did a Roxy's Weekly Challenge and today I'm hoping to knock 2 on the head. So I'm going to start with week 16, which was Trifold Ephemera Pockets, and then week 19 was a variation of those. So I'm hoping I can do both 16 and 19 in this video. So Rachel from Roxy's Creations, or Roxy Creations, she used digitals for this project. I decided to go a slightly different way, and I'm going to use book pages. So I've taken pages out of this book, which is The Outline of Literature, Volume 1. This was published in 1923, and it's got, it's all black and white, lots of images. I have had to be careful because a lot of the imagery is nudes, because we're talking, old masters and that type of thing. So I've had to just go carefully in that one. And the second book I'm using is this lot more modern book, David Austin's English Roses. It's absolutely stunning. And it's got full page images of roses in it that are a little too big to use in, to put on a bit of ephemera or something. So I thought, why not use those for this project? So these are the pages I've chosen out. I've chosen 3 of each, hoping that I can get 3 made. Probably a little ambitious for my speed of crafting, but let's get into it because it's not going to happen if I don't start, will it? So I was thinking that the rose one would be the exterior. And it's got, nice image on the back of this. And basically folding it into 3 with the smallest third being a flap is what it is. And I've already pre-trimmed these down so that they are a good size and trimmed off all the edges from tearing them out of the book. So I'm going to do all of these 3. I might as well try and do, now I'm going to do this one the other way round, just because it's nice to vary the direction. And you can always just flip it around anyway if you decide you like it up the other way better. Only matters really once you start decorating, because the text is going to be sideways no matter which way you put the pages around, which way you put the flap on, whether you put it on this side or this side, the text inside is always going to be sideways. Okay, and this one, isn't this pretty? These red roses and the blackberries. Makes my eyes happy. Right, and number 3, I do like dark red. It's my favourite colour. So more so this sort of colour, although that's tending towards a deep pink. Maybe this. Yeah, I don't know. I just love it. Love it, love it, love it. Okay. So there we've got 3 outside, what are they? Ephemera pockets. So once it's glued down, if we were going to glue it down, because it's not actually going to be glued down just yet, or at all on the outside. So this one, that's quite a cool image. Who is it? Lord Chancellor, friend of Erasmus and author of Utopia. Oh, okay, so he's the author of Utopia. Right, now I'm going to think a little bit harder about which way round I want these, because this is going to be the pocket. So what do I want hidden and what do I want to be seen? I don't think it matters actually. I think they're both going to be hidden. And I need to make sure I fold it so it fits between the 2 fold lines on our colour page. So when Rachel did this, she used a combination of pretty digitals and then like documents. So I've kind of gone for that similar vibe where I'm using something that's colourful and pretty, and then something that's a bit more graphic. Just black and white, although the page is more creamy, and text. text-based, shall we say. So just check that it fits. And the idea is that this gets glued in like so, with the flap on the opposite side. So this has got the flap here and this has the flap here. So you wouldn't have the two flaps on the same side, if you see what I mean. You wouldn't put it that way round, you'd put it this way round. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and glue this and make it into a pocket. So I kind of just launched straight into this, didn't I? I didn't even check in with you to see how your day is going or how your week has been. I hope it's been a good one. I hope you're having some time to craft. Maybe you can craft along as you've got me playing. That would be awesome. Okay, so we've now got like an envelope type here. And what Rachel did, which I thought was a really interesting technique, was you could just glue it straight down, you know, glue it round and make it into a pocket behind. Or you could glue the whole thing down so it's just the one pocket here. But what she did, and what I'm going to do with this one, is just put a strip of glue down the center across here. So I'm going to make sure I give it a decent bit of glue. Then line it up, making sure I'm clear of the folds so it still all folds up nicely. You can adjust it a little bit, you know, add an extra crease in if it goes a bit awry. Okay, and what that does is that when you go into this pocket, it allows it to move. Can you see that? So if I open this pocket, see how it pulls up here and here? It makes it easier to get things in and out of the pocket. And I thought that was just a brilliant little idea. Right, I pulled it up too soon. The glue hasn't actually had a chance to dry. So let's give that a nice press down. And that is the base. That is, if I close it the right way, that is week 16. And then you decorate it up, add a closure, and then you can put something in this little pocket here, and it's done. Okay, so that's the base. I don't know how far we'll get with decorating these. Now this one, okay, let's fold. Maybe I quite like this image, Don Quixote. Let's make that on the outside. Not that we'll see a huge amount of it, but actually I need to bring this across, don't I, so I can make sure I'm folding it the right size. Yeah, I'm not going to see much, so if anything, so let's just put the image on the inside, because we're not going to see anything at all really. So okay, so and then a flap. Down there. Now, shall we do this as the variation? Why not? The variation is to make this into a little booklet. Okay, so I'm going to grab out a piece of coffee dyed paper and let's trim that down to size. So let's go there. It should be okay if I trim down that line. I'm just going to use the lines on the paper to trim. Handy dandy. And a couple of nice coffee dyed scraps there. And I need to also make it a bit shorter. So I'm going to go about there. And it doesn't need to be perfect. They can be random sizes, but I do want them to fit within that that first page that we've done. So if I turn this into a little booklet, we will actually see that image So it's a good thing I put it on the inside. So we'll see it. So there, and Rachel recommended, was it 2? So that doesn't become too thick. So I've got that one. I'm just wondering what else I've got to hand to use. Sorry, I am still here. I'm just grabbing out a printable here. This is a test print of a judicial I was making. So it's not the completed final version. And I think it's neutrally enough that it will work in this project. So let's trim it down to what we need. I better put the lid on my glue before it clogs up on me. Actually, I think it would be faster if I just whip around this with scissors and then trim it to the right size. So the weekend is coming right up. Who's got some wonderful plans or just some fun plans? You know, it doesn't need to be exciting, does it? Exciting can be sitting at home with a good book. That can be exciting. Or it might be going out, or it might be going shopping, doing a bit of craft shopping even. I have no idea what's got planned for our weekend this weekend. There's movie night at the church on Friday night, so I'm filming this ahead. So the day you see this will be the night that the movie is, but hubby isn't too keen on going to see it, and I want to. It's not a film we've seen before. So we'll see who wins that little mini battle as to whether I win or he wins. He said he'd let me know on Thursday night as to whether he wants to go or whether he will deign to go. It's a Tom Hanks movie, so I think it will be pretty good. I like a Tom Hanks movie. Right. So we can probably go a little bit longer than what I cut this. Make it, you know, it's interesting to have different sizes, I think. So let's just go a little bit more. Actually, I can't see when I've got the ruler on top. So let's go about, helps if I have the paper straight, about there. And definitely need to cut some off. So let's go about that second music line. I'm keeping my eyes focused on it so I don't lose which one it is. Okay, so let's just do the 2 like Rachel did. And maybe I'll fold this with the white inside. And then whoever gets the journal that it ends up in can pull it apart and use the pieces, or they can just keep it intact and use it to write on in its little piece. Now there is 2 ways that she did that. One, she made this inside piece part of the pocket or part of the little booklet, and then 2, she had this as a pocket and then put the little note pad or booklet or whatever separately. I think I'm going to include this all in one so that you can actually see the image. And I'm going to use my rubber and my stapler. I haven't got a long arm stapler to reach in, so I'm going to open out my stapler. Handy little trick if you haven't seen this done before. Rachel was using a stapler that doesn't open out like this, so she just folded in the thing enough to reach her stapler in and staple it. I'm going to use this open out method, and I want my staples to be in the middle, the ends of the staples. Now this is the hard part, is getting it on the crease. And I always struggle with this. So we're just going to hope for the best. That worked. And then peel the rubber up and grab something that you can fold them in. They're very sharp, the ends of staples. If you've ever hurt yourself with a staple, you know they are quite painful. So be very careful and use some sort of tool to fold them in. I don't recommend just using your fingers because it's likely to end up jabbing you. And they can bleed. Man, can your fingers bleed if you jab them with a staple. Okay, so that one was successful. Let's see if we can line the second one up. I'm just going to go with 2. Oh yes, we're winning today with the lining up of the staples. I didn't fold them in straight, but that's all right. That one's better. Yes, I did a better job of folding that one in than I did of this one. But never mind, it's all good. Okay, so this is our little booklet. And I'm a dummy. You were supposed to staple it into your cover. And I didn't. Oops. Okay, so what I'm going to do in that case, because I made a mistake, it's no biggie, really. It's still workable. I am instead going to glue down the sides, and I'm going to glue this in. So it still opens out. There's more than one way to do these things, and it's just variations of variations of variations. And that's fun. Taking an idea and making it your own, whether you actually intended to make it different or not. Crafting's great, isn't it? It's so versatile, so changeable, so customizable that really there is no wrong. Okay, so I've just glued top and bottom, so it's still, if I leave it to actually set and glue itself down, it's still open underneath, and that's for a good reason, because what Rachel did for closing it was pass a bit of string or twine or something in the gap, and that's why you put 2 staples, so you've got a space in between the staples to pass it through. Now if I had done it right and stapled it into here, then you still have the ability to pass the string through and under and tie it, and it's removable, so that if you're trying to write in it, you can remove the string and then just pop it back under, which I thought was pretty darn smart. She's a smart cookie, that Rachel. She really is. Okay, so there is our second one. So I'm not going to put the string under at the moment because I want that glue to have a chance to settle itself in there. Okay, so the last one, maybe this one will actually do the right way. Who knows? Again, it's got quite a nice picture here. Duchess, it's Don Quixote. Yeah, anyway, so let's fold it. And try and do it the right way this time. Be good. So in effect we would have made 3 different versions if I do this the way it was supposed to be. Okay. Okay, so another bit of coffee dyed paper. Oh, actually, I've got something different here. Let's go with this. This is just an old bit of like newsprint, but it's old, so it's nice and yellowed and quite cool. Okay, I will trim it to height, but I'm thinking about folding it in rather than cutting off the edges, just for something a bit different. Again, a variation. Now oh, it doesn't matter if I make it too short, but if I have to cut again because I made it too long, that'd be a nuisance. So let's do it there. Yeah. So what I'm wondering is doing it into a little fold, because otherwise I'm going to be cutting off those lovely yellowed edges. So let's just fold those in instead. Just a slight variation. And I think I'm just going to leave it at those pages. I'm not going to add another one, I don't think. Or will I? Okay, you talked me into it. I'm going to add another one. This is the same as what I used before, but just a different print, a different test print. So let's cut off white edge. Must be warming up outside. I'm starting to feel quite warm, which is a lovely change. I've been cold all day. I do know it is lovely outside. So once I get this video done, I'm planning on heading into the office and doing some work on my new digital kit that hopefully won't take too long to bring together. I've had it on the go for months and I really need to just finish it off and get it out there. And I want to do a journal project with it on Patreon. Okay. I'm going to tear this rather than cut it. Oops. Slightly to custard there. Custard. Who likes custard? My hubby loves custard. I used to have to make it for him quite regularly until I taught him how to make it himself, and now he often makes it for. I don't often have it because I often don't have room for custard. It's quite filling. So occasionally I'll have a little bit, and when I say a little bit, like a tablespoon or maybe 2, depending on what we had for dinner. Because yeah, I just often can't fit it in, and he'll make it for himself. So if I want some, he'll just make the same quantity and give me some of his. Okay, so there we go. Now which way round? That way. Okay, so grab our rubber, and sorry you probably can't see anything because I'm holding that right in front of the camera, and I did lower the camera slightly for this video because I noticed in one I watched back earlier that I thought maybe the camera's a little bit far away, and so I thought I'll put it a little bit lower and see how that goes. So if you have any feedback on the position of the camera, do let me know. I do know there is a bit of a distortion because it's not square on, and I'm afraid with the holder that I've got, I can't put it directly above to avoid the distortion. It will not reach. I cannot get it directly overhead. It has to be either in front or beside the desk, and that means that there has to be a distortion because it simply won't go over top of the desk. When this one eventually gives up, then I'll look for one that will come out over top of the desk. But that hopefully is a long time away, because this one's less than a year old, or coming up a year old actually. I think I got it in July. I was gifted it from my friend who knew I wanted to do YouTube videos. So she bought it for me for an early birthday present a couple of months early. And it's been wonderful. It truly has. It's enabled me to do videos. Oh, that wasn't particularly on the crease, but let's see how it goes. It was okay on the outside, but not on the inside. We'll just refold those inside pages. They'll be fine. Okay. Just make them work for us. And that one is not straight. So I'm just gonna. Oh, it's very hard once they're in there. Just gonna give it a slight trim down. Where'd my script go? There it is. That's better. That goes over there, and then that folds over there. So there we have 3 Trifold Ephemera Pockets. And aren't they pretty? Like, isn't that just beautiful? So these will get tucked into a journal and a pocket. Oh, isn't that stunning? Just love it. So pretty. So pretty. How are we doing for time, guys? Oh, we've got heaps of time. We're doing really well. That's awesome. I'm just going to have a sip of my tea. Sorry, that was a bit slurpy. Put the stapler aside as we're finished with the stapler. Okay, I want to do the string idea. I think the string idea is really cool. This is the one we glued, isn't it? Yep. So glued at the top and bottom. I'm just going to pass that string underneath. And tie it in a bow. And that's going to hold that inner bit closed. So you don't want to pull it too tight or you'll end up bunching up those papers. So you just want to tie it, you know, fairly loosely. And you can remove that, pull it out when you want to write in it, and then pop it back under really, really easily. So that's super cute. Now, do we want to decorate this up a bit? Probably before I tie that. Okay, so let's open that. What do I want to decorate it with? We've got a flower thing going on with the roses, so maybe we want to use some flowers. These are from Artsology. It's a bit wide. That one's quite nice, but I'm just wondering, is it tall enough? You know what? We can make it tall enough by adding other things. You know what I'm going to add? Come on, tell me. I know you know. We're going to add some music. We've already got book page, so we probably don't need to add book page, but we can add music. Yes, we can. Oops, bits of tissue attacking me. Oh, look, we've even got this bit that's been cut vertically, which is awesome. And I think I'll take off this straight edge. Oops, doesn't want to tear very nicely. scrappy scraps. Yep, cool. There's a reason why music and book page, things like that are a go-to, because they just work in so many instances. Okay, so as soon as you start decorating it, you're giving it a direction of opening. Okay, so I don't think I'm worried which way this one opens, so I'm just making it this way. I think I want to ink that up a little bit. I haven't inked any of this, which is fine, but I do think I want to ink the decoration. Just like those finishing touches. Oh, my tummy's gurgling with the tea going down. Sorry, I'm directly under the camera and I just realized, of course, I lowered the camera, so probably you're getting a great view of my arm. There's pluses and minuses for lowering the camera, that's for sure. Should take the string out while I'm doing this, but I'm going to see if I can always move it. Could be, it doesn't have to be in the middle, or you could put it at the top, you could put it at the bottom. So maybe if I just move it according to where I'm working. I think I want something along here, and I'm thinking actually washi tape. What about this one? You like that one? Sorry about the squeaky chair. We've got this one. Too bright. That's too bright. Sorry, reaching again. I've got some washi samples here that my beautiful friend Lydia gave me. Wondering whether one of those might be better. Looking like that green. I quite like, or do we want the paler one? This one, I think. Let's go with this one. Yeah, let's find the end. I can't even see it. Ah, there it is. Found it. It's all right. Don't panic. We're all under control. I think I just want to put a wee strip of washi tape. I think I'll fold it around. Oops, I hope that's straight because it's down now. Oh, it's not really. But this book page is 1923. I'm just a bit dubious about trying to lift the washi tape up again. So it's going to be crooked with care. It's okay. It's not too bad. Not too bad. We can live with that. It's definitely off. You'll be able to see that it's off, but it's okay. Just also strengthens that edge a little bit. And then we've got, so we get most of that image visible, not quite in full, but you can see the image. Got our little pages in here. And maybe a label. Finish it off. Washi tape everywhere now. Ooh, one of these could be cool. These are apothecary labels from Printables by Marty Joe. So I'm thinking, because these are vertical, could be fun. Just pop one up there. Let's do that. So Printables by Marty Joe, and they're really fun labels. Oops. My glue page wee test, make sure it's not too goopy. And if we put it over that washi tape a little bit, then it kind of disguises a little bit that it was wonky. Tricks of the trade. Right, and that's it. It doesn't need to be super highly decorated, just a few little fun bits. Oops. Fingers and thumbs. Here we go. Here's our string. And so it is lumpy bumpy now with the string in it, which is fine because you can take it out of the journal to write in the journal. You take this out, you can remove the string to write in this bit. Of course, if you did glue this down onto the page, then you might want to use something different than the string, although it would still be removable if you did it the same way. So now we just need a little closure on the outside here. I don't know that I want to decorate the outside. I think the outside is perfectly beautiful as is. Just wondering whether we want to use another part of an image. It's all a bit dark. Let's see if we can find something. Oh, that's so pretty. There's, there's images that I need to fussy cut out of here. Absolutely. There's a nice big full page one. And look, these beautiful illustrations. Gorgeous. So I have to be careful that when I take something, I'm not sacrificing what's on the back. So I wouldn't use this one because I want to cut these ones out. Maybe I need to go for something else rather than this. Oh, it's hard sometimes to work out what side of the page. Like, isn't that pretty? So pretty. I think I need to use something else. I'm having trouble, people. What can I use? Wondering, this is just a big old pile of printables that some are from Patreon, some are test prints from Etsy kits, all sorts of random bits and pieces. So I'm just looking for a colour that would work. And there's a whole kit of mine in here as well, which I need to do a journal on. So I don't want to take a bit out of that. Although I could reprint it, like the beauty of digitals, isn't it? I could absolutely reprint. It wouldn't be the worst thing in the world to use. How about a bit of that? Oh, that's presentation paper. I like to keep presentation paper for journal pages because it's stronger. I don't know that I want to sacrifice it to being a closure. What are these? Are these presentation as well? Yes, they are. Oh gosh, it doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. Get over it. Just use it. Right, I'm going to grab my circle punch and cut a circle out. Like so. Done it now. Didn't hurt me. And I'm just going to put some glue on it. And that will hold it closed. And you just slide the tab from underneath it. Oops. Lining it up so I try not to get the glue on the flap and glue it shut. I'm not trying to glue it shut. There we go. And then it just flips underneath. Like so. We could put something on there. We don't have to. Absolutely do not have to. But I wanna, you know I wanna. What do I want though? Kind of like that. Let's go with friends. And I'm just gonna make it into a little like arrow. Give it a little inky love. Just so it sticks out from the circle a little bit. Gives an extra layered effect. Here we go. Sweet. And that one is done. Yes. I'm impressed. I've actually got one complete. Okay, that one's done. Pop it aside. Let's grab another one. How are we doing for time? Oh, we're running out of time, but that's okay. I think we've got time to do one more. So which one was this? Was this stapled? Or was this glued? This was the pocket. So this is like the first ones that Rachel did, the week 16. So we'll do this one because this one is more like the original. And again, it's just a bit of decoration needed. That's all. This is quite a bit wider. Maybe a bird for this one. Sorry, just juggling things. We could put, maybe that's a bit big. Yep, it's a bit big. I was thinking we could put a much bigger bird on, but we don't want to hide their heads. No. I've got this square cut one. No, I think I want it to show just on this part. They're pretty. Are they lorikeets or something? Yes, I like them. They're pretty birdies. Right, just chuck that on the floor out of my way. Do want to just cut out this little bit in between them. I'm going to try it with my scissors. Normally I'd use my craft knife. Maybe scissors might be quicker on camera. If there's such a thing as quick when you're working in these small spaces. Oops, I don't want to put you in there. So yeah, this is a fun wee project. If you haven't caught any of Rachel's weekly challenges, so it's Roxy's weekly challenge, I do highly recommend them. They're fun, and it's all about creating lots of different ephemera, so you end up with a lot of bases to work with that you can just grab whenever you need something. And extending, some of the ideas are new and some of them are things that we know, but either way it's just good to end up with lots of ephemera available to use in your journals, so you don't have to make everything from scratch every time you want something. You know, if you're working on a journal, whether it's for yourself or for sale or whatever, that you can just grab something that's already made. Super helpful. I'm finding it very helpful in my own practice. I never used to have pre-made ephemera. I used to just make it all as I went for a journal, and now I'm just really enjoying. Okay, let's do that. Enjoying having it to pull from. Yeah, it doesn't always suit your project. You still have to make things for a project, but when it does work, it just cuts down on that time. And sometimes you just want to make random stuff. You know, you don't want to have to do a particular project or a particular colour or something. It's just nice to play. Thinking maybe I should use the tacky glue, but however. Get the end of the tail, make sure that sticks down. Pretty birdies, you've got a home. Aren't you gorgeous? Okay. Got an idea. Oops, not that folder, wrong folder, this one. It's been a while since I've pulled it out actually. I've got all this faux washi tape that I've made from magazines and catalogues, so I'm thinking maybe a bit of this might be nice. What colour would we like? Maybe a green, neutral maybe. This one's kind of a browny red. I like that. Let's use that. I absolutely love making this washi. It's so satisfying. There is a video on it, and I use it a lot in my own personal journaling. It's just so fun. And I'm just going to put it down the edge. I'm not going to wrap it round because it is thicker than real washi. I've just got to get the backing off is the thing. Come on. Play nicely. We haven't got all day. Oh, it doesn't normally give me this much trouble. Here we go. And I might even bring it in slightly from the edge, maybe. Just hoping that I've got it straight. Yep, it's pretty good. Okay, little strip left over. There we go. So we could put something in there, you know, a bit of coffee dyed paper or something, or whatever, journal card. There we go. That goes like that. That goes like that. And again with the closure. So for this one, I'm going to use string on the outside. And I'm tempted to keep this one because I just love the colours. And I love the birdies. You don't mind if I keep it, do you? I'm sure you don't. So I'm going to just tie it. And you can anchor it on the back with something. You could stick it down with a bit of washi tape or a bit of paper or a label or something. It depends whether you want it to be removable. So if you want this to be able to come off, then you might not want to put something on the back to hold it in place. And I think I want to leave it loose so that I can take it off and enjoy this pretty back, because the colours are just singing to me. I just love it. I have to keep this one. I'm sorry if you love it. I love it too. So there we go. We got 2 decorated and 3 made. So, isn't that beautiful? That will go in a journal. Some happy person's going to end up with that one. But I still need to finish decorating that one. Super pretty. So, there we go. 3 slightly different ways of making these Trifold Ephemera Pockets. I hope you enjoyed the video. Hop along and watch Rachel if you haven't already. She's got a big playlist on Roxy's Weekly Challenge. And I've still got a few weeks to catch up on. Hopefully sometime soon. My schedule's filling up with things to video. So, yeah, sometime soon I'll do it. Take care, everybody. Have an amazing weekend. I hope it is truly amazing, very restful or fun or energetic, whatever you want it to be. I hope that's what it is. Take care, and I'll see you back again on Monday. Bye.